Have you ever wondered what games you should keep or you should lose? Find out here at Purge Reviews.
Fantahzee, or in this game, which is a mix of the words fantasy and Yahtzee, is a game I didn't expect to like as much as I did. Now, this isn't going to be a world beater, but sometimes when your expectations are low, you play something you're like, wow, that was better than I thought, versus something where you're hyped up, they might come at the same level, you leave with disappointment. With this one, I left with a little bit of excitement. So this is a card battler game, sort of. So you're going to be drawing cards and building kind of a small army, if you will, or a horde of fantasy creatures. And you're going to be going in and fighting these bad guys, I guess, or evil creatures, if you will, in order to score points. The way you're going to do this is by rolling the dice and Yahtzee style, and then activating certain cards and powers. Will help you shift the dice around, give you more points, give you more shields, all kind of things can go on with the cards. Normally not something that I enjoy too much, but this is why I play a wide variety of games. This game clicked for me. I don't know, it was a different character powers and the mitigating of the luck I felt was really, really good. I was never completely controlled by the dice. I felt like the cards that I was playing and activating gave me really cool combos where I could mitigate those dice and change things up. And I really felt like I was building an engine or a combo-rific turn when I'm going through this. And I felt like that really worked. Now, there was a couple games where people I played with got hosed or things didn't turn out as well, and there really wasn't a catch-up mechanic, but it's a short enough game where that isn't going to apply very much. And I think that's going to be a really bad string of luck versus something that's going to happen on a regular basis. The art, while cute, and I do like it, you know, it is generic fantasy, so be ready for that. I think this is a really fun little game. If you can find this as a budget title, I think you're going to have a blast with it. I think that the theme really did bring me into it a little bit. It might be a turnoff for some. There's some wonky rules, like the pile over here will hit you, but these over here won't. Like, kind of thing like that. But I do like the ambush, or if you want to go deeper into a deck, that's great. You can get those cards, but you run the risk of having an ambush that you were unprepared for, and that's really, really neat. Your guys are going to die, and you're going to be rebuilding them through the deck of cards. That's going to go. Sometimes if you get a good draw or characters that mesh together, you just happen to draw those, your combo is going to work a little bit better. It's the nature of the beast on something like this. This game surprised me. I really, really did enjoy it. It's a great family-weight game. I can play this with my gamer friends. It runs the gambit for me. I like this one a lot, and one I recommend for you. Keeper for us. Here's Fantahzee Hordes and Heroes. Fantasy is fantasy mixed with Yahtzee. Now, for the components, you're going to have a little bit of an advertisement here, and you're going to be able to see all the little dice you have in here. I don't know if they had plans for expansion or not, but there's plenty of room for additional cards in here. You're going to have your little tokens in here, and you got your little bag. I'm not really sure what this bag is meant to be for, but it is here. You can see the artwork on the cards. They're kind of comical and funny, etc., that you're going to have through here. Nothing is played for too big of scary, but I did like the artwork. The graphic art of the cards is really good. You can see the bad guys are not too scary. They're just kind of planted on there, etc. as you go through. But everything you read is very easy to see and be able to read through. So great job there. And the little holder that it has here works great. Very little complaints about the components, if any at all. Here is the rule book. You can see a picture of the front of the box. You're going to have a table of contents and a little bit of introduction to the characters and whatnot. Game overview and goal, which we'll be doing, and a picture of the components, which I always love. Then they're going to break down the components. They're going to break down the cards, tell you exactly what they mean. This is a great reference because there's a few different kinds of cards, although it makes it more complicated than it seems. Picture of setup. You can see like arrows are telling you exactly how to do it. I like that quite a bit. And then here's a picture of it all set up on your table. This is what it will look like. How to play, taking a turn in a visual sense, then it's going to break it down into each of the actions, etc. You just kind of go through here. You just go through here the first turn, and then you're set up and you're ready to go. End of game, example, scoring, etc. Perfect. Then it's going to break down activating. That's really important. The treasures, taking damage, etc. You got plenty of examples through here. It's all different colors, so you can easily see it. And it takes you through an example of a turn. This is fantastic. Tips to get the best out of your party. I love the little tip section that's included in here. And then a fact at the back that they knew and some credits. And then a quick reference. This is your player aid as you're going through. This is an excellent role play. It's a little bit longer because they use space. They use their space well. They're putting some artwork in there. They're taking the time to explain things to you. And then the reference is right here. Great job. You're going to shuffle up the town cards and put them over there. Then you'll shuffle up the treasure cards and you can just lay them by. Then you're going to have the 5 bosses. You can lay those out and that'll start your stacks of cards that you're going to have. Then you're going to have level 2 and level 1. Your level 1 are the lighter cards and your level 2 are going to be the darker gray. Then you're going to flip these cards. You're going to put equal number in each stack that you're going to have. You're going to put 4 of them on top. Technically they'd be face down, but you'll put those out. And that's going to put 5 of these in each stack. You'll shuffle these up so you don't know exactly where the boss monster is. Then you're going to shuffle up the level 1s, and you're going to put an equal number on top of each one. You'll count those out, so each stack has an equal number. And then this will be your horde that you're going to have here, and you're going to have your 5 piles, and you will have your land next to it. Then you will flip over the top card in each stack, and you will have your little monsters that you guys are ready to fight for the round. Then you'll shuffle up this deck of cards here, and everybody will draw 5. Then what's going to happen on a turn is a player can play up to 2 heroes. So you could play like 2 heroes down, and then you could play up to 2 of these actions. This says you get 4 smoke this turn. So the cards can do different things. Like this one says, your heroes get +1 strength for this turn. So let's say you played this. Your heroes get +1 strength for the turn, and you play these 2 heroes, so you're ready to take your turn. Then what you're going to do on your turn is you're going to roll the 5 dice. Now you're going to get 2 rerolls just like Yahtzee, or you can keep what you have. What you're going to have here is this card will activate on a 4. So I rolled a 4. I can immediately activate this. And it says you get 2 extra die and an extra roll this turn. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And I have this. Now, if you have X's down here, that means it's any 2 dice, but they have to be the same number to activate that card. So in this case, I have 2 2s. I activated this card. My hand limit is now 6 instead of 5. I'm good to go. These other dice, I don't have any cards to play with them, so they really don't have any use this round. Then what I'm going to do is add up my strength, which is on this. So I have 3 strength, which means I can kill any of these cards. So these cards will have your strength that you have up here, whether they counterattack or ambush, and then how many victory points. So I will kill this one for 3. That's how much strength I have. And I will put this in my victory point pile. Then each card that has counterattack will attack me, and I will have to defend it. So in this case, he does counterattack with 1. Now, if I had any shields, I could block it. Otherwise, I got to utilize the powers that I have. So in this case, I'd get rid of this guy. I had 1 damage, but he can soak up to 3, so I will have to discard him out. This one doesn't have any on it. Then I will get treasure if a card had treasure on it. Let me show you what one of those may look like. Right here, if I had killed this person with a treasure, then I would have gained a treasure card. And if it's a level 1, I would get this power for his level 2 is this one, and you would simply slide it underneath one of your characters, and this person will always have, whenever you activate, you get an extra die that turn. Now, let's say I had defeated this one, and this one still had there, then I have to take one of these land cards, and it would always be worth negative points, draw 1 fewer card in this turn, and the negative points would go into my scoring pile, and hurt me at the end of the game. So you always want to try to get this one if at all possible. Now, when I was killing monsters, if I had more strength, I could kill more of these, or I could dive down and try to get the next card. But once I dive down, I can only focus on that one. So after the counterattack and the treasure, then I would flip over the ones just like I did there. And anything with an ambush will now attack again. I got to take another damage. I'd have to get rid of the only one I ever had left. So you have to be careful of those also. Then at the end of your turn, you draw 4 cards from the deck, and the next player goes, and that would happen again. Play 2 cards, 2 actions. You would roll the dice, Yahtzee style, attack the monsters that you want. They would get counterattacks, repopulate, somebody might ambush you, and you repeat, rinse and repeat over and over and over again. That's a quick overview of how you play Fantahzee. Who should buy this game? Family gamers, lighter gamers, somebody who likes that Yahtzee mechanic, that little battling against the system there. There's a lot of different combos you can set up. I like that quite a bit. And it has an ease of play to get into, but with the combos and stuff, you can really get into this game and know the deck of cards fairly well. Interesting, I kind of wish this one had an expansion. I'm not the king of expansions or anything. Matter of fact, I usually don't like expansions, but this one I might have liked more stuff in it. Great job. It'll be a keeper for us.